Ahead on this edition of SuTV News, a new flood outlook is released. Fargo Mayor Dennis Wallaker joins us in studio to discuss this and preparation efforts.
A new meal plan will help those students who do not spend all their time on campus.
And in sports, the Bison are headed to the Summit League tournament.
Well, the numbers are out and they continue to inch upward. Hello, everyone, and thanks for joining us. I'm Brandon Clark.
And I'm Dave Vane. The flood outlook released by the National Weather Service shows a greater chance of the Red River in Fargo surpassing the 2009 record crest.
The river crested that year at 40.84 feet, and it now has a 35% chance of surpassing that level. There's an 80% chance of exceeding last year's crest of just under 37 feet, and this is all due to increased moisture in the most southern portion of the Red River Valley. And joining us now to talk more about the latest outlook and the city's preparation efforts is Fargo Mayor Dennis Wallaker. Mayor Wallaker, thanks for joining us this evening.
Good evening.
So let's talk first about the new flood predictions, and what's your reaction to them?
Well, first of all, my reaction is that we had a good 5 or 6 week period there. I was surprised that they went up. I went down to the Lake Traverse, which is about a 16-mile lake down in the southern part of the basin, looking for some good news, and I didn't find any. I, honest to God, did not find any good news down there. They got a lot more snow since the last time I was down in that area. So one thing you have to all understand is what a probabilistic forecast is. It's their best guess. And when we started this several years ago, we were supposed to do all of our planning at the 50 percentile. What happened in 2009 scared everybody because we were in the 10% is what we ended up in the 10 percentile. And until we come to deterministic, which is when all of the tributaries that go into the Red River, you can add those up once they start flowing, and then you can come up with an accumulative process and put it against the graphs of the past floods and come up with what's called a deterministic, which is the number that we all go by. But the probabilistic is supposed to continue to add the moisture on, and then on and on and on. And I thought we had a good 5 to 6 weeks of just a wonderful period of time with very little precipitation, very little moisture content. And those percentages that you see are such that, sure, there is a a small percentage that it could exceed that, but there's also a larger percentage that says something less than that. So I would say we're going to have a flood basically between 37 and 41 feet, which would take the 2009 event and the 2010 event, and that's what they were. 2010 was 37, and 2009 was 40, just about 41. So someplace in that range, and hopefully we can drop it down. But right now the city of Fargo is protecting. Our plan is to have sandbags to 42 and earth dikes to 44, so forth. So that's what we're doing there.
So on the home front, what can you say about the efforts of the volunteers for right now?
Every time I need to have my spirit buoyed a little bit, I go out there usually daily and watch the kids. It's just absolutely amazing. In NDSU, of course, we depend on those people greatly also.
How much are the students playing a part from NDSU?
They're a big part. Your president has made a challenge. He's going to invite them over to the house for a meal and so forth. But, last year in 2010, the school was on spring break, so we didn't get a lot of participation last year. In 1997, they were fantastic. And in 2009, they were fantastic. So NDSU is a big part of this. They want to be part of the community and so forth. And Tomorrow at 1:30, we're going to go over 2 million. So we're going to have a little deal out there, a little cake for everybody. And granted, not all the people that have participated so far, will they all be there? We understand that, but we want to say thank you to the community at this appropriate moment, and then discuss our goals and where we're at with sandbags.
So I think what the biggest question we want to know that a lot of people are wondering is, what's it going to take to bring this city through another round of flooding?
Well, we got a good start on it. We spent over $4 million on new toys for the toolbox. You know, they got HESCO barriers, more sandbags, got something called a trap bag, which is going to be unusual, and then some aqua fence and so forth. So all of these things will work and reduce the number of sandbags we need, but we still have some areas that are going to have to be sandbagged.
Great. Well, Mayor, we would like to thank you for joining us on our show, and we wish you best of luck.
One last point is NDSU is a part of our community, and they always have been. And as you can see my ring here, the Team Maker President ring, I mean, it's we're very appreciative of the efforts of NDSU, and what we've tried over the last few years is to try and reduce the number of sandbags that we need, but we're going to protection levels that are higher this year. That's why we continue to have to make this many bags. And the thing about it is, okay, the sandbags will be reused if they're not used this year. They will be stored and protected from ultraviolet rays and so forth.
So we can be ready to go for another
You bet.
event.
In fact, we're carrying over 300,000 from last year.
Okay. Well, thank you for joining us on the show, and we wish the city of Fargo the best of luck. And
Oh, yeah.
hope we can be
we
out
all
there.
need it.
Hope we can be out there to help as much as possible.
Yeah, absolutely. You're welcome at any time.
All right.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank
Well,
you.
still ahead on SuTV News, students' reaction to the flooding situation in Fargo-Moorhead. We'll have this and more when we return.
Bison Strong. For tickets, call 231-NDSU. Cutters. Uh-oh.
What are we gonna do now?
Give me the phone. Hello, Jimmy John's. Thank God you made it. I was so hungry, I thought I was gonna die.
Jimmy John's, America's favorite sandwich delivery guys.
Nice work, Johnson.
Catch what's new on the NDSU campus. See what the students are up to. Check on the latest from Bison Athletics. Catch it here, only on Cable One. SuTV News.
SuTV News is sponsored in part by Stop and Go. Stop and Go. We're always there.
Welcome back to SuTV News. Flooding is not just a worry in the Fargo-Moorhead area. Devils Lake and Stump Lake in northwestern North Dakota have also seen growing problems since 1993. A North Dakota State University Extension Service study says more than 163,000 acres in farmland has been lost. A recent Associated Press report states that the economic impact of that loss of farmland production is approximately $194 million in 2011.
And with all the flood talk this week, SuTV's Sidewalk Stampede asked students for their opinion on the whole situation.
I think that they might be overhyping it, but I think it's better to be safe than sorry in this case.
I don't know. I think it's real just because like we've had this kind of experience in 2009, and I think it's better to be aware than like not prepared for the situation, just in case if it happened again.
Well, in my my meteorology class, our teacher is the state climatologist, and he told us it's not going to be quite as big as 2009, but he said it's still going to be pretty big, and we will need to have a lot of sandbaggers and stuff like that.
And I think a lot of it is to get people up to the sandbag center and help sandbag just so they don't have a repeat of what happened again. But yeah, overall, I do think it's a hype.
I think it's going to be worse than last year, but I don't know if it's going to be quite the flood of the century like they're saying again.
I think right now they're probably giving it a little bit more hype than it will actually turn out to be, but I think that it won't be as bad as the flood in the past year or in 2009 because they're putting much more time into the preparation for it.
Turning now to on-campus news, the Vice President for Information Technology at NDSU, Bonnie Neese, is stepping down at the end of 2011. Neese began her career at NDSU in 1984 as Manager of User Services at the university's Computer Center. She has served on numerous committees at the National Science Foundation and has been awarded over $15 million in grants during her 30-year career.
There's a new lunch plan option for students. Through the combined efforts of the NDSU Student Government and Campus Dining Service, the commuter plan is now available. SuTV News has more. Last fall, off-campus senators were approached by commuter students. The concern was the need for a reasonable meal plan for off-campus students.
In class, if you'd ever bring the issue up, we found a lot that students were not satisfied with the options that were there for them. But a few of these concerns, as they came in, we decided to contact dining services and get the ball rolling and try to work out a new plan.
The new plan offers students an option to eating in the food court.
Yeah, I've actually eaten at both Concordia and MSUM, so I'd be interested in how it compares. So I'd give it a try.
The dining center is really convenient, and so there's a lot of pluses about it. However, they do get you with the overall cost per meal, so I feel like I could probably still eat at one of these places cheaper.
The implementation of the new lunch plan started with a conversation that happened off campus.
As a senator, that's kind of our role, and so it's not just in this office, it can be anywhere, and that's what happened in this case.
The new plan includes 3 lunches per week, including 1 guest pass.
Well, this is definitely a good thing for those students who are not all the time on campus, but they do have an option now.
And it's a great value. It's good food.
Yeah, typical price is $9.10, so I hear they're saving some money with that.
They're dropping about $1.50 a meal.
Well, heck, you can't beat that
No.
deal.
Coming up next on SuTV News, an NDSU sorority went green to help prevent child abuse. Stay tuned for more.
Imagine the impact of a place where exploration leads to answers that touch everyone, where resources and resourcefulness, teamwork and tenacity combine to open new frontiers, where dreams take the lead and show you tomorrow. Bison strong. For tickets, call 231-NDSU.
Welcome back. NDSU's oldest sorority had been painting the campus green, all in the name of helping curb child abuse. The Sigma Psi chapter of Kappa Delta sponsored its 28th annual Shamrock Project this past week. Events included an all-campus spaghetti feed, highlighted by a spaghetti eating contest, a jail and bail where members of campus organizations could be thrown behind bars and released for a donation, and even a bowling tournament.
The whole Greek community comes out, and a lot of other people from the community come out and just support us, and it's for such a great cause, Prevent Child Abuse America, so it's just great to see everybody there and to serve some food.
Money raised went to both the Red River Children's Advocacy Center and Prevent Child Abuse America. The chapter raised $6,300 last year.
A group of engineering students are making snowmobiles cleaner and quieter. They're competing in the 2011 Clean Snowmobile Challenge at Michigan Technological University, March 7th through 12th. The group will be up against 13 other college teams. NDSU received Rookie of the Challenge Award and finished in 6th place last year.
And the NDSU brand identity has expanded. The Department of Apparel and Design and Hospitality Management announced the winner of the Tartan Design Contest as Kelly Nelson. The tartan is a plaid design that is unique to NDSU's colors and history. The contestants were also judged on an interpretive essay. In all, 76 contestants competed for a prize of $500.
And it had to be about the history of tartans, about NDSU colors, about whatever color you put in there, you had to describe or tell them why you used the color and have a reason for it.
Kelly's design will be registered by the Scottish government and will be on Bison products by Homecoming 2011.
Those unhappy with their major or confused about which one to choose were able to search for answers this past Wednesday. Rediscover U provided academic advisors from every college at NDSU to help with any questions students had. Attendees were entered into a drawing for NDSU Bison Sports Prize package valued at $100.
Well, this is definitely a good thing they had here, because I know I've changed my major probably about 4 times.
Well, the calendar is turned to March, you guys, and that means it's tournament time. But first, the Bison had some business to take care of at the BSA. Rival South Dakota State was in town. SuTV Sports is coming your way.
Jimmy John's, America's favorite sandwich. Delivery guys.
Imagine the impact of a place where exploration leads to answers that touch everyone. Where resources and resourcefulness, teamwork and tenacity combine to open new frontiers. Where dreams take the lead and show you tomorrow.
SuTV Sports is sponsored in part by Shields. Ready for your next big adventure? Welcome to Shields. the world's largest selection of sports, sportswear, and footwear.
Welcome back. Bison forward Abby Plucker has been named to the All-Summit League first team. Plucker is averaging 19.7 points per game and 10.3 rebounds per game. Plucker and the Bison were in action taking on rival South Dakota State on Saturday. It was senior night at the BSA. Whitney Trecker and Megan Shea recognized before the game. Early in the first half, Macy Michelson is driving for SDSU, but Katie Burkle pokes it away and takes it the other way for the lay-in. The Bison would trail 19-26 at this point. They had a tough time getting momentum going in this game. In the second half with 8 minutes left, Hannah Strupp drains the three to put the fork in the Bison. The SDSU wouldn't look back, goes on to roll 64-51.
Really ever comfortable offensively, and you give credit to South Dakota State for that, making it uncomfortable. Regular season's over, and it's the new season, it's the tournament time, and it's anybody's game, and we can show up on that one night for that game and play our best game, then chances are we'll do well.
NDSU won't have to wait long for a chance to avenge its loss. The 6-seeded Bison have a rematch with 3-seed SDSU at the Summit League tournament this Sunday in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. The men were also in action at the BSA. They came out firing on all cylinders in this one. It was the dueling dunkers at the BSA. Here, Eric Carlson gets the oop from Freddie Coleman. That deserves a second look. And this kid can't believe it. All the dunks going on at the BSA. Here, Marshall Bjorklund gets in on the action with a dunk with 2 of his 14 points. And at the end of the game, Taylor Braun channels his inner Air Jordan and slams it down. NDSU would roll for their 10th win over the Jacks. 84-61 is the final. The 7th-seeded Bison match up with the 2-seed Oral Roberts Golden Eagles on Saturday at 8:30 p.m. in Sioux Falls. The Bison and the Golden Eagles split contests this season. Well, for 2 Bison seniors, the saying win or go home takes on a whole new meaning this weekend. Leading the team in different ways, each is looking to extend their days in a Bison uniform as long as possible. SuTV Sports has more. For NDSU seniors Michael Tweet and Freddie Coleman, it's been quite a ride. When the Bison's bald brothers entered the Bison Sports Arena for the first time as redshirt freshmen in '06, the team was just beginning an ascent to its most successful season in NDSU history.
Well, I mean, going to the NCAA tournament was a pretty good experience. Going back to Sioux Falls, every time we go there, it's just that flashback again.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a feeling that doesn't go away. Still feeling it 2 years later. We want it to come back, though, and be a little bit brighter in our memory.
Tweet especially played a huge role as a sophomore in the magical 08-09 season, but now both Tweet and Coleman have watched their role on the team expand.
You see guys go from wide-eyed freshmen that are just trying to figure out what comes next to leaders of the team, telling guys what comes next. And that's an evolution that takes place in most kids. These 2 kids were predispositioned to handle it pretty well. They both have good heads on their shoulders. They're both good leaders.
With the emotion of an up-and-down season and a wide-open league tournament, the Bison seniors are hoping for one last fling before the buzzer sounds.
Yeah, it's last chance. Lose, you go home, and I don't get to come back. So it's a lot of incentive to play well and get a win and play as long as we can.
As for life beyond the BSA?
You know, Freddie wants to coach. Tweet will play for a while. I need to recruit Freddie to be a coach. There's no question about that.
Yeah, I'd really like to go overseas and play. Former teammates that are over there really enjoy it. They kind of encourage me to go over there and not only see the world, but keep playing.
I would love to coach, just to stay around basketball. If I can do that for the rest of my life, I'd love to.
Coleman is the team's pace setter for assists and steals. While Tweet was named to the All-Summit League second team, he's averaging just shy of 16 points per game. Well, 2 more Bison squads are also headed to the postseason. Having won the Summit League Indoor Championship the last 3 seasons, both the Bison men's and women's track and field teams were looking to make it 4 straight this past week at the BSA. The indoor championships at the Bison Sports Arena. In the women's long jump, senior Whitney Carlson lunges 6.24 meters to take the event. Moving to the pole vault, Leslie Brost wins the event with 4.3 meter vault. That's a new school, league, and arena record, and the women take the title. On the men's side, Jeremy Geditz won his 4th consecutive high jump title with this jump, 7 feet and 1/4 inches. And moving to the heptathlon, Ted Rude set a school league and arena record in the event. He was the field championship MVP.
You feed off that energy. When you see one of your teammates doing some good things, that's going to motivate you to do good things. And youngsters, you know, we had a lot of youngsters competing too, and they just understand they got a great supporting cast. and we managed to put it together for 2 straight days.
One person kind of caught fire, and it just spread, and it was truly an amazing weekend.
March Madness in full force right now for the Bison Sports Department. We'll see what the men's and women's track and field can do, and also basketball. Hey, they'll be down in Sioux Falls this weekend. They have a shot.
Who knows what could happen?
That's right.
Thanks, Matthew. When we return, updates with the hours of operation at Sandbag Central you don't want to miss as you head out to volunteer.
Technology has given birth to many innovative products in order to improve efficiency and product quality, but also to have fun. Today we'd like to show you an amazing new piece of technology, the Xbox Kinect by Microsoft. It's capable of gauging distance and motion, digitally map a 3D space, and even visually recognize players and accepting voice commands, doing it all in real time. So let's talk tech. Kinect is totally different from all other gaming devices that have been launched in the past few years without any gizmos or gadgets to hold. When playing with Kinect, you are the controller. Using revolutionary Prime Sense technology, Kinect creates a depth image of the players with incredible accuracy, capable of sensing and tracking the entire human body without any special hardware. The Kinect sensors are able to track at least 6 people simultaneously, including 2 active players. Just have your friend jump in, and Kinect automatically adds another player. In addition to its stunning motion technology, Kinect also features a voice recognition system. The multi-array microphone setup can recognize spoken words and commands. Combining this with Kinect's motion tracking capabilities gives you nearly complete hands-free control of your Xbox. So get off the couch, ditch the cumbersome controls, and experience the magic of Kinect.
Welcome back to SuTV News. We have new information about Sandbag Central hours of operation. It will be closing early at 6 p.m. on Friday, March 4th, and will reopen Monday, March 7th. The new hours are as follows. Saturday, March 5th, it will be closed. Monday, March 7th through Friday, March 11th, Sandbag Central will be open from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. and again, it will be closed on March 12th. The new schedule is based on the hours in which volunteer turnout is the highest. Officials hope to hit the 2 million mark tomorrow.
And Moorhead also opened up their sandbag factory this past Monday. Production was stalled initially due to new filling machines having technical difficulties. Repairs were quickly made, and volunteers have been flowing in steadily since then.
Well, Sandbagging Central, new hours, that means we're getting somewhere, obviously, if they're not expecting a lot more.
Hit the 2 million mark?
Yeah.
Real good.
Continue to be a big story for the next month, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
And then we've got Bison basketball this weekend, so who knows how they could do as well.
Hey, they have a shot. Coach Phillips said, hey, let's just go there and do this thing. We'll see what happens.
Alrighty. Well, thank you for joining us on SuTV News. Don't forget to pick up your copy of The Spectrum. We also want to wish President Brashani a very happy birthday.